Hi, everybody. Miss Smith here with a beautiful lesson for you. This is 2 lessons in your Rbook. So I made it worth 8 points. And I just put all the vocabulary words in one spot. And then I broke the readings up and questions. Second part of the reading, questions. Okay. The first vocab word is resource. The definition is something that is available to give you help. A resource is something that gives you help. Like the internet can be a resource, or your parents can be a resource, or your phone can be a resource. So the example sentence says, what is one resource you use to help you on a school project? So if you needed to get help from a school project, what's a resource you could use? Maybe it would be a teacher or a classmate. Maybe a resource you use could be the internet. And then a picture right here I put is just a picture of food that was donated. So that could be a resource because it could help you if you're hungry. The next word is promote. To promote, to help advertise or bring attention to a product. So people that want to sell you something would promote their product. A commercial is promoting a product. When you go to the mall and you see billboards with Nike on it, that's promoting their product. And the example says, how do clubs at your school promote events? Well, if you're walking around the school, you might see posters for events. People get on the announcements and they promote school events by saying, hey, come to this club or come to this dance. And then my picture is a girl who has a big microphone and she's promoting, she's yelling something. Next word is mentor, an experienced person who gives someone else help or advice. A mentor is someone who helps you, a coach, a teacher, it could be a parent, it could be someone you look up to, like a professional soccer player or someone that you want to be like. Example sentence, who is someone you consider a mentor? There's no right or wrong answer here, just someone that you look up to, someone who gives you advice. And they're usually someone who has a lot of experience. So your little sister probably isn't your mentor. And I put a picture of the Karate Kid and Mr. Miyagi. If you haven't seen that movie, you got to watch it. It's amazing. But Mr. Miyagi is a mentor because he teaches this kid about karate, but also about life lessons. And my last word is pursue. So the word is pursue, definition to try to. So there's 2 spots, to try to do something, especially over a long period of time. So the question is, what career do you plan to pursue? What is something that you want to try to do? It might not be your first job, right? Because remember, pursuing is to try to do something over a long period of time. So what is the career you want to pursue? Maybe you want to pursue becoming a firefighter. Maybe you want to pursue becoming a teacher. Maybe you want to pursue being a doctor. So what is the career you want to pursue? And then the picture right here is just somebody who's climbing up because they're gaining or going up over a long period of time. Okay, your articles today, it's a 2-day article. Again, that's why we have a couple extra words and why it's worth 8 points. So the point of this article is talking about young people, 15, 16, 17, 18-year-olds, and how they made their hobbies or things they really enjoy doing into money. So the article is called, Want to Make Money from Your Hobbies? See How Other Teens Do It. And this kid right here, this kid is a boss. His name is Nick D'Alosio, and he created an app. Kind of gives you an example of what the app would look like right here on the first cover. And he sold this app for $30 million. So he created an app and then he sold it. He sold it to Yahoo and they gave him $30 million for his app. So it says, you don't have to wait until graduation to start your career. All right. So the article starts by saying college sophomore Jessica Granger launched her first business when she was just 11. She wanted a laptop, and her parents told her she'd have to kick in half the money for it. So Artsy Granger, which means she's artistic, started a stationery company called My Girls and Me and began making hand-drawn thank you cards and party invitations and selling them to friends and family, and boutiques, which are small local stores, in her hometown of Lansing, Michigan. Granger, 19, she's 19 now, is working on her next venture, an app called Tizzy that allows you to post two side-by-side photos of your indecisions. Like, should I buy this prom dress or that one? Should I buy this pair of shoes or this one? And then have your friends vote on them rather than simply comment. Before Tizzy, there wasn't a good way to do that, she explains. Granger is one example of a trend that's exploding. Teens staking a major claim in a marketplace that once belonged only to bigwigs with MBAs or masters in businesses. And these aren't small time. Isn't that cute? Businesses either. Take 18-year-old Bella Weems. She launched her jewelry company, Origami Al, in 2010 when she was just 14. 5 years later, Origami Al had made millions of dollars. On the tech side, Nick DiLucio, the guy we talked about before up there in the picture, made headlines when he sold his news condensing app, Sumly, to Yahoo at age 17 for a whopping $30 million. So at age 17, you guys, he sold his app for $30 million. That kid doesn't have to work a day in his life now. He's set for life if he wanted to be. Okay. Paragraph 5. What's allowed young people to take passions, hobbies, and big ideas and turn them into lucrative businesses, which means they make money? It has a lot to do with their command of the internet and social media. We have so many resources not now showing us how to do anything we're interested in, Granger says. You can sell your handmade goods online and promote them with photo sharing apps, or you can create a website. Another change that's helped open doors. The cost of starting a website company has dropped 1,000 times in the past 2 decades, says Professor Ethan Mollick. Marketing firms spend billions of dollars to learn how teens think. Kids already know. All right. And this is not the girl. This is not Granger. But Granger was the girl who started that stationery company when she was 11. So anyways, question number 1. How are teens making money from their ideas? Well, they are taking their hobbies and things they like to do, and they are starting businesses by using social media, by promoting their businesses on things like Instagram or Facebook for free. And they are also able to understand the internet because you guys grew up on the internet, and so they're able to make money easily off of their ideas. All right. Number 2, which business do you think is the most successful? Granger, she's the girl that started the stationery company. And then she decided to do an app called Tizzy where you compare two things. It's a pretty good app idea. You've got the other girl who started Origami Owl, the jewelry company. She made millions. And then you've got the last kid who was Nick DiLucio, and he made $30 million on his app. So not really a right or wrong answer. It's kind of up to you what you think is the most successful. Personally, I think that Nick's company is the most successful because he sold it for $30 million. His was worth the most money. So he made the most money on it. So I think he has the most success so far. Okay, part 2, next part of the article. Paragraph 7. The result of all of this has been a stampede of young, driven entrepreneurs. An entrepreneur, remember, means just someone who starts a business, who are inherently good at marketing themselves. Isabella Rose Taylor, 14, which I think is her right here, okay? She's a fashion designer. So she's 14, started out small, designing, sewing, and selling items from her eponymous teen clothing line to friends and family. So she liked to sew and make clothes, and she started out by selling them to friends and family, right? But she then started doing what's called trunk shows right here. So she started trunk shows in her hometown of Austin, Texas, and had a showing at Austin Fashion Week back when she was 12. The chatter or the attention she got on social media and from news outlets caught the attention of investors, people who give you money, and fashion insiders, and soon Nordstrom began carrying her pieces. If you don't know what Nordstrom is, it's a really high quality or expensive clothing store. And you can find them at malls and stuff usually, but they sell pretty high quality stuff. So she got Nordstrom to sell her pieces, which is a really big deal. Weems enjoyed a similar tidal wave of success with Origami Owl. Remember that girl that started that jewelry company called Origami Owl? I never dreamed we'd have this kind of growth, she says. I had to sacrifice a lot of my time, but it was something I was really passionate about, and I wanted to make my dream a reality. Next paragraph. In case any of this has inspired you to dream up your own business, our entrepreneurs have a few pieces of advice for you. Zero in on a killer idea. Jessica Granger, the girl that did the stationery company and then wanted to do the app for Tizzy where you compare two things, she says, look for problems or headaches in life, as my professor calls them, and try to find a solution. So one of her problems probably was that she could never choose what to wear. She couldn't pick which thing to buy. So she made an app that let her friends vote for her. This one or this one. Okay. Next, Isabella Rose Taylor. She says this. The first step is just to ask someone. You'd be surprised how many people are willing to help out and give back if you put yourself out there. And she was the one who got her clothing line in Nordstrom. So both good people to learn from. Next, Bella Weems. She was the one that had the jewelry company. She says, don't let a few no's stop you. People are going to tell you that you can't do it, and I got that a lot, being 14 when I started my business. But you have to believe in your dreams and surround yourself with people who believe in it too. Anything is possible. Okay, and one more CEO, one more entrepreneur, business owner. Her name is Leanna Archer, and she is CEO, which means she owns, or she is the Chief Executive Officer of Leanna's Essentials, organic and all-natural hair care products made from her grandmother's Haitian secret recipe. So she made hair care products. All right, so this is What is an Entrepreneurship by Chad Brooks. Entrepreneurship, is the development of a business from the ground up. So you start from nothing. Coming up with an idea and turning it into a profitable or money-making business. University of California professor A.J. Baum said, entrepreneurship entails recognizing the right opportunity, finding resources to pursue the opportunity, and creating the right team to do so. There are certain characteristics or certain things that most successful entrepreneurs possess, according to the University of Illinois Center for Economic and Financial Education. So, these are 3 things that really good experts in the field think that you should have or you need to have if you want to start a business. So all you guys who want to start a bakery or you want to go into opening up your own mechanic shop, that's a business. Okay? So here's what you need to have. The ability to plan. Entrepreneurs must be able to develop businesses or business plans to meet goals in a variety of areas, including finance. You got to know about money. You got to know about marketing, how to get your stuff out there, okay? Production, how to make your stuff, sales, and personnel, or people that run your company or help you run your company. Okay, you got to have the ability to plan. Next thing you got to have are communication skills. Be able to talk and communicate and sell your product. So it says entrepreneurs should be able to explain, discuss, and sell and market their goods or services. And the last thing, you got to have leadership skills. The ability to develop a vision for the company and to inspire employees to pursue, to be able to back up your company and want to sell your stuff is imperative for success. Whew, that was a lot. Okay. Questions. What advice do entrepreneurs, all those kids that we read about, what do they tell you? What advice do they give you about starting a business? Well, I'd go back up and I would look. Okay. All these right here, these are pieces of advice. So zero in on an idea, find a mentor, and don't let no stop you. So you can put one of those down here for question number 1. What advice do entrepreneurs give for starting a business? Don't let people tell you no. Just keep working. Find a mentor. Make a plan. All those things work. Okay? Number 2, what do young entrepreneurs in the article have in common? Well, they're all young, right? They're all, under 18. They all started when they were super young with an idea, and they pursued that idea. They kept working towards that idea so that they could make a business. And number 3, which skill do you think is most important for becoming a successful entrepreneur? And for this question, I'd go back up to right here, and I look at these skills. What do you think is most important? Being able to plan, being able to communicate, or being a leader? It's up to you what you pick. Okay? Hope you guys enjoyed that. It's always cool to see young people, especially people your age, high school students, making money from things they love to do, and not just a little bit of money.